Welcome to this channel. If you like this content, please subscribe. Today is day 5 of our 30-day split challenge. Let's start with Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing, to bring balance and clarity to the mind. With your right thumb, close your right nostril and inhale deeply through the left nostril. Then close your left nostril with your ring finger or pinky finger and open up the right nostril. Exhale. Inhale through the right nostril, then close it and exhale through the left. Continue this cycle for about 4 to 5 rounds, allowing the breath to center and calm you. And gently we'll find a few more cycles of breath here. Finding one more cycle of breath. And then come back to the natural rhythm of your breath. Take a moment to set an intention for today. It could be to stay in the present moment, to connect fully with your breath, or to explore your edges. Whatever your intention is, allow yourself to be kind. Take one more deep breath in and a long exhale out. Let's get started. Coming on to your hands and your knees for some rounds of cat-cow stretches. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest and the tailbone. Exhale as you round your spine, tucking the chin towards the chest. Moving here with your breath, warming up through the spine. Breath per movement. Making your way into your downward facing dog. Pressing into your palms, lift your hips up and back. Taking a few moments to pedal out the feet and stretch through the backs of the legs. Walk your feet to the top of the mat for 3 rounds of sun salutation A. Inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold, hinge from your hips all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stepping back into plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, opening up the chest for cobra pose. And exhale, back, downward facing dog. We'll flow through 2 more rounds of sun salutation A. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up, finding length. Exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees. Walk or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. On your next inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step into your plank pose. Lower slow, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, back bend. Exhale, make your way back into downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back. Find a three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward in high lunge, keeping the back leg strong, high up on the ball of your back foot. Reach the arms up overhead, holding here, feeling this stretch through the hip flexor. Breathe. Exhale as you lower your hands to the inside of your right foot, finding lizard pose. You can stay high up on your palms, or maybe you come down to your forearms for a deeper stretch. Wherever you are, hold here in your lizard pose for about a minute. Breathe as you connect to the rhythm of your breath, sinking deeper into the pose, allowing the stretch in the hips and letting the stretch in the back be long. Breathe. Now make your way into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, step your feet wide apart, coming into standing wide-legged forward fold with your hands on the mat, allowing the spine to lengthen down towards the ground, letting the head be heavy, letting the head relax, breathing here for a few cycles of breath. With every inhale, allow your head to sink deeper down towards the ground, feeling the stretch in the back of your hamstrings, softening deeper into your fold. Breathe. Allowing the front body to be heavy as you press into the knife's edge of both of your feet. Stay here for a few more cycles of breath before you make your way into your side lunge, bending your right knee, keeping the left leg extended, and flex the left foot, pointing the toes up towards the sky, sinking your hips down, and hold here for a few breaths. Then switch sides, moving over to the left side, keeping the right leg extended and the right foot flexed, pointing your right toes up to the sky. Hold here for a few breaths, finding your balance. And maybe you place your hands at your heart center, taking your time and breathing, moving back towards Prasarita to center, grabbing elbow to elbow and swaying from side to side, keeping that connection with the earth. Breathe. Slowly make your way back into your downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up and back, finding your three-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot through in between your hands. Inhale, reach the arms up, find your high lunge pose, keeping the back leg strong, holding here for a few breaths, feeling the stretch here through the hip flexors, lowering your hands down to the inside of your left foot, moving into your lizard pose on the left side. Breathe here, staying on your palms. Or if you would like to get into a deeper stretch, you can always drop down to the forearms. Holding here. Maybe you sink a little bit deeper into the pose. You can always drop that back knee down or keep it lifted. And breathe. We'll be here for a few more cycles of breath, continuing to sink deeper and deeper into the pose with each breath. Making your way back into your downward facing dog. Again, step your feet out wide. Come to standing in your prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, come halfway lift on the fingertips. And exhale, forward fold. Taking a few breaths here. Staying in this pose, feeling through the backs of the hamstrings. And breathe. Reaching over towards the right ankle to find a stretch through the left hamstring here. Breathe. And then walk your hands back through center. Find halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Breathing here as you sink deeper into the pose. And then we'll walk our hands over to the left ankle. Breathing as you stretch through the right hamstring. And we'll make our way back to center, finding a side lunge on the left side this time. Bending your left knee, sending the right leg long, and extending through the flex foot. Sinking your hips down and holding here for a few breaths. Maybe extending through that extended leg, and then make your way over to the other side. Extending through the flex foot. And then we'll make our way, breath per movement, switching sides. Left and then right. And then one more time, back to center, finding your prasarita pose. Now walk your feet in a little bit wider than your hips. Come to sitting in your malasana squat pose, hands at your heart center, lengthening through your spine here. And bring the fingertips down, straighten the legs, forward fold. Breathe. Coming back into your malasana squat pose, hands at the heart center, elbows in. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe. Coming back into your malasana squat pose, hands at heart center. And then we'll forward fold. Fingertips down on the ground as you sink into the pose. And then find your malasana squat pose. Breathing here. Finding a little sway in the hips from side to side. And we'll make our way down onto the ground for our Baddha Konasana pose. So take your time, bringing the soles of your feet together, allowing the knees to open wide out to the sides. Inhale to sit up tall. And if you prefer a deeper stretch, you can always fold forward, holding here for a few cycles of breath. As you breathe, find that connection to the body. And on every inhale, maybe you find a little bit of length. And every exhale, you soften into the pose, folding over the torso. Breathing here as you surrender deeper and deeper into the pose. Finding a few more cycles of breath here. And we'll start to make our way back into our tabletop position. As we make our way into our tabletop position, we'll stack the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, maybe sway the hips from side to side, shrugging the shoulders, finding a little bit of movement here, making circles in one direction with the hips and the shoulders. Breathing as you move, making those circles as large or as small as you'd like. And find your way in your tabletop position. Right leg back, left arm forward. Breathe, finding your balance. Bring your knee in towards your elbow. Inhale, send it out. Exhale, elbow in towards the knee. Inhale, send it out. Exhale, elbow towards the knee. We're going to hold it here for a few breaths, rounding out through the spine. And then place that hand down, step that foot through. Breathe, inhale, reaching the arms up overhead, sinking into that front hip. Exhale as you interlace the hands on your front knee, shifting forward, sinking deeper into the pose. Dragon pose here. Placing both hands down on the ground, high up on your fingertips. Shift both hips back as you send that right leg forward, extending it out in front of you. Right toes point up towards the sky, finding your half split pose. Breathe. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you inhale, lowering down, folding forward over the spine. Breathe here. And if it feels good, stay here. Or maybe you sink a little bit deeper into your splits pose. Sinking in towards that front leg. And only go as far as your body will let you. Finding that balance between effort and ease. Going just a little bit deeper into the pose with the breath. And we'll be here for a few cycles of breath here. Keep breathing as you soften, letting go of any tension that is not needed. Softening the eyebrows, softening the jaw. And find a couple more cycles of breath here. Maybe swaying the hips from side to side, finding a little bit of movement. Keep allowing yourself to sink into this pose. And we'll mindfully come out of it, coming back into your tabletop position, shaking that off, swaying the hips from side to side. And we'll do the other side when you're ready. Sending that left leg back behind you, reaching that right arm straight out in front of you. Elbow towards the knee. Inhale, send it out. Exhale, bring the elbow towards the knee. Inhale, send it out. Exhale, elbow in towards the knee, engage the core, hold it here. And place that hand down, bring the left knee in towards the chest. Step it through, inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Slight back bend as you interlace the hands, placing the hands on that front knee. Shifting forward into your dragon pose. Sinking into the hips. And place both hands down on the ground. Find your lizard pose. Shift the hips back. Extend that left leg long. Point the left toes up towards the sky. Staying high up on the fingertips. Find the rhythm of your breath. And exhale. Maybe you forward fold into the pose a little deeper. Surrendering into the moment. Connecting to the cycles of your breath. And allow yourself to be here for a minute or two. Maybe you sink a little bit deeper by walking that left leg forward, right leg back. And only go as far as your body will allow. Finding that balance between effort and ease. And anytime the mind seems to wander, bring it back to the present moment. We'll only be here for a little bit of time. Finding a few more cycles of breath in this pose. And we'll start to make our way out of it, coming back into your tabletop position, shaking that off by swaying the hips from side to side. Now we'll come into our pigeon pose, bringing the right knee directly behind the right wrist, walking the left leg straight back behind you and extending it long. Coming high up onto your fingertips, finding a slight back bend here. Either stay up on your palms Or if you feel that you have the range of motion, forward fold, coming down to your forearms, or stacking your palms one on top of each other. Connect to the rhythm of your breath, connecting with the body. And we'll be here for a few cycles of breath, letting your body sink deeper and deeper into the ground. Keep surrendering, connecting to the hips, and soften. We'll be here for a few more rounds of breath. And then we'll gently make our way back onto our palms, finding a slight back bend here, maybe rooting down through the right hand and reaching back for that left leg, bending the left knee. And if you feel like you have the balance, you can reach that right arm straight out in front of you. Or you can stay here, squaring off the shoulders, squaring off the hips, and breathe. Gently place that hand back down to the ground, releasing the back foot down to the ground, making your way back into your tabletop position. And we'll work on the other side, bringing that left knee behind the left wrist, extending your right leg straight back behind you, squaring your hips off to the front of the mat, coming high up on your fingertips, finding that slight back bend. And exhale, going down to the ground and surrendering into the pose. Allowing yourself to be here in this moment. And we'll be here for a couple cycles of breath. So for every exhale, see if you can release any tension. And with every inhale, you find that tension to breathe it out of the body. Just allowing yourself to be here for a few moments. Connecting to the feeling in the hips. Connecting of that feeling of sinking deeper into the ground beneath you. Connecting to how the breath is entering the body. Connecting to how the breath is exiting, slowly making your way out of it, coming up onto your fingertips. And maybe you bend your back leg, reaching back with the right hand, grabbing the top of the foot, squaring your shoulders off to the front of the mat. And maybe you play around with reaching that left arm out in front of you, finding your balance, taking your time. And breathe. You'll slowly come out of it, coming back into your tabletop position, swaying those hips from side to side. And we'll come to lying on our belly for half frog pose, sending that right leg out to the right. Right hip and knee are in alignment. Right knee and right ankle are in alignment. Pointing the right toes out to the right. Surrendering the forehead down towards the ground. Seeing if you can find any tension in the hips with the breath. And soften any tension on your exhale. Breathing into the shape. Connecting to the rhythm of the breath. Taking this time to notice the body. And we'll be here for a little bit. So allow the mind to settle into this pose. Breathe. We'll gently make our way out of it, coming onto our forearms, bringing that right knee back into center, swaying from side to side. And we'll do the other side, so come to lying on your belly, sending that left knee out to the left, making sure the left hip and the left knee are in alignment, and the left ankle and the left knee are in alignment. Pointing the left toes out to the side, surrendering the forehead down towards the ground, or resting your forehead on your forearms. Connecting to the inner hip, inner thigh, breathing here. Finding tension in that hip, seeing if you can inhale, find that tension. And on your exhale, softening the glute down. And breathe. And we'll gently start to make our way out of this pose, bringing that left leg back to center. Come to lying down on your back for reclined butterfly pose, bringing the soles of the feet together, bringing your hands on your belly, letting the shoulders soften down towards the mat, letting the knees sink down towards the ground, allowing gravity to take over as the knees start to fold deeper out to the sides. Keep connecting to the rhythm of the breath as you allow the back chain of your body to sink deeper and deeper into the pose. Allowing the outer thighs to be heavy down towards the ground. With every inhale, you find that tension, and with every exhale, you release it. Staying here for a few cycles of breath. allowing the shins to sink deeper down towards the ground, into the support beneath you, letting everything go. And we'll start to close the knees in towards each other like you're closing a chapter in a book. And we'll make our way all the way up, coming to a nearby wall, bringing your hips up towards the side, sending the legs up the wall, and then separating the ankles out wide, placing your hands on your belly. And continue to stay here in this V shape for as long as you'd like, letting the heels be heavy against the wall, letting the toes flop out to the sides, listening to the rhythm of your breath, feeling the belly expand underneath your hands, and feel the belly contract, softening down through the legs and inner thighs. Keep connecting to the rhythm of your breath. Allowing this pose to be your final resting pose for this practice. Maybe you allow the legs to hang out here, or you bring them together for legs up the wall. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today for day 5 of our 30-day split challenge. Remember that each day is an opportunity to connect deeper with your body and practice self-care. If you'd like to be a part of this challenge by getting emails every day for 30 days to keep you on track, you can sign up for that in the link below. I also offer 2 Zoom classes a week, and I'll attach the link for those in the description box below every Monday and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 6 of the split challenge. Have a great day.